Welcome to my Christmas decorating series. This is the final episode. This is the Christmas tour. Come on in out of the cold. I am so delighted you could join us for this one. If you've not been here before, I'm Tracy and the furry supervisor here is Bertie. We're going to just walk around the decorations and chat about them all like old friends. I've thoroughly enjoyed Christmas decorating this year. I always style from nature, and at Christmas time I bring in swathes of greenery, and I always have done. You know, I've always lived in the countryside. I've never lived in a city, hence the name rural, and refurb because I'm always flipping things. It may be houses, it may be furniture, it may be home decor, but there's always some kind of renovation going on. This year I've brought in a slightly metallic element. I've used big baubles. I do love my big baubles, and not necessarily on the tree. I love them in bowls and then just propped around. I've brought in lots of acorns, pine cones that I always use, masses of fresh greenery, brown velvet ribbon. That's been a great success this year. I've absolutely loved using that. And then to accent, I've used the brown pampas and also dried hydrangeas. I dried so many of them through the late summer, early autumn to use in the fall decorations. And I thought it's such a waste just having them sat there. I'm going to incorporate them into Christmas. The sliding door there leads through to the laundry room, boot room and cloakroom, and I've not decorated those areas this year, so we're not going to be popping through there. If you do want to have a look at that though, there are some other videos that go around and I do little tours around that area, but not today. Another accent that I've used a lot of this year are the gold, except we're not calling them gold, we're calling them brass twigs. Bought a job lot of twigs at auction. I was after the boxes. I have to always qualify that because it makes me sound completely bonkers buying twigs when I live in the countryside. But it was the plastic boxes and lids that they were in that I was after. Didn't want to waste them, so I thought, right, I'll incorporate all these gold twigs. And I'm super pleased with how those have turned out. There was also lots of silver twigs in the auction lot, and I didn't want to use silver in the house because I was going for that lovely brass warm feel. So I've used those out in the porch. Now I've not decorated the bedrooms. I hardly ever decorate bedrooms. So let's go down into the winter sitting room. Everything that you see today, there are videos on, except this room. I decorated this room just on my own and I didn't film myself. So this is the first time you are seeing it. I don't like to see trailing wires, so wherever I can, I hide them. So this is why this garland is cascading down into a basket of pine cones, sat on a log that actually I was experimenting making a board for my daughter's wedding for her wedding cake, and this was one I didn't use for it, but it was just such a lovely big round of wood that I thought, right, I'm going to use that in the house in my styling. And I've given hubby strict instructions. It's not for burning. I see him sitting there eyeing it up thinking, that'll burn lovely. Now, if you were with me in the summer, you remembered these Angelica stems that I bought from HomeSense on one of my shop and haul videos, and they were just $2.99 each. They are absolutely huge. They're about 4 foot high, and it's been great to incorporate them into the styling. This is the butter press, the 1800s Welsh butter press that I found at the Malvern Fair. That was such a good haul, that one. If you remember, I got all sorts of things that I was going to use for Christmas, and everything I've incorporated. This was another summer shop and haul find. It's this really large wicker basket that I got for just £5. And when I saw it in the shop, I instantly thought of Christmas and thought about putting a Christmas tree in it. But I love it as a side table, so that's what we're using it for. This giant heavy bauble was found in a charity shop in Malvern just after we finished the fair that we went over to. And it's been lovely again to be able to bring that out this Christmas and work it in. So we're going to leave the winter sitting room there and then go across to the snug. Now the snug is another reception room, a living room that's just off the kitchen. There's no TV in here and we spend a lot of time snuggling up in this space. Copper lights have been a firm favourite this year. I've bought them over the last few years and they've been mixed in with different types. And this year, aside from the trees, I've only used copper string lights. And I just love that warmth that they give. I will list below as many things as I possibly can with links. And I'll also link in the description box the past videos as well if you want to catch up on those. In episode 1 of this Christmas decorating series, I did some DIY decor, and one of the things were these pine clusters, and I absolutely love them, so much so I think I'm going to make some more over the Christmas holidays because they're going to be ideal for winter styling and then really easy to store, and you can bring out again next year and they will just keep on going year after year. The tray that this coffee table centerpiece is in was one of my favourite free finds this year. I found it in our stream. And my top Amazon find this year has got to be these faux candles. Battery operated, remote control. I absolutely love them. Always been a real candle girl, but I tell you, I'm a complete convert. They are such a good investment. So if you're going to buy one single thing for your home decor, I would say buy these because you can use them all year long. You can tell I'm passionate about them, can't you? I just absolutely love them. I love it when I get converted. Now from here you can go through to the next room, which is the office, but I haven't decorated the office because I'm planning on spending as little time as possible in there over the holidays. I'll just pop a log on the fire before we go down into the kitchen. Now, this is completely not related to Christmas, but I often get asked, what is this black disc on your countertop? It is a pop-up socket. So there are several sockets, a few bits for gizmos, and it just keeps it all super tidy. We've got one on the island there, and then next to the coffee station is another one, and that one's got 4 sockets in it. Just going to light the candles, and then you can have a look around the kitchen. My design mantra is maximum impact, minimum cost. And I think using nature is a great way to create big statement pieces, big statement decorating for pretty much 0 cost. Although one thing I am having maximum impact on is the big chocolate jar. I emptied loads of tubs into this huge brandy glass, and yeah, it is whittling down. Another top 3 find this year is this box that the auction house were throwing out. It had a rotten bottom, took it off, put chicken wire on, and I've been using it to create wonderful flower arrangements. And yes, the star is touching the ceiling, and the ceiling is 10 foot high. So I have gone big time on the tree. Last year I did 2 naked trees, and the family weren't over impressed with that. So this is the compromise. Naked tree in the snug, and I've put some baubles on this one, except they are not quite big, chunky flash baubles, and I don't waste money on tree skirts. I've used hessian in the other room and logs in the kitchen. Whenever I'm about to set a table for a special occasion, I like to sit in each of the seats to make sure that my guests are going to get a good visual experience from any seat around that table. And from this seat, the guest is going to get a view of my Christmas sofa installation. Let's go and have a look. Time for a mince pie and a glass of fizz, I think. I just want to take this opportunity to thank each and every one of you for all your love and support over my very first year on YouTube. It's been an absolute blast. I have loved getting to know each and every one of you. Now, I'm going to take a little break. The next 2 Sundays are going to be Christmas Eve and New Year's Eve, so there won't be any videos, but I will be back in January on the 7th at 2 p.m. So please do turn on your notifications. I wish you joy and peace wherever you are in the world, whatever you are doing.